Hello, everybody. I'm the Executive Director, Andrew Emmett, and I'm looking forward to seeing you all Sunday, August 17th for our Million Step Scleroderma in San Diego.
Welcome to the SCLEROSUN Podcast, and my name is Emmanuel, and I am your host. And in this episode, we'll be talking to some of our team captains for our Million Steps for Scleroderma San Diego event. The walk takes place Sunday, August 17th from 2 to 6 at the NTC Park at Liberty Station in San Diego, California. If you'd like to register, please go to amillionsd.myscleroderma.org. Our first guest is one of our support group leaders in San Diego. She's also one of our committee members planning this event. Welcome! Can we start by having you tell us your name and the name of your team?
Sure. I'm Kelly Clemishaw, and our team is Clemishaw Crew for a Cure.
So this is not your first time doing this walk in San Diego. So how many years have you been doing it?
I was trying to count back. It was back when Fletcher would organize it, and I've had scleroderma for 33 years or so. So probably over 25 years. It definitely wasn't every year since then, but as soon as I was diagnosed, we started participating. So
that's awesome. So what inspired you to get involved with the Scleroderma Foundation?
I think just kind of being grandfathered in. I went to support. They weren't even support group meetings back then. We would meet, pardon me, at a church down in North Park with a large group, and later the support group would splinter off from that. But I just wanted to meet and get to know other people with my disease, and I was at the point where I would see people in public and I knew they had scleroderma, and like I would be in a store or something and I would kind of stalk them and look at them, and if I could muster up the nerve, I would introduce myself. And one gal was very friendly, and I think she even told me about the group. I don't know if that's how I first learned about it, but anyway, it was also hard though, because some of the people I would see were very advanced in their journey with scleroderma. So, but anyway, I've learned that it doesn't matter where we are in the stage of it, that talking and knowing people always makes at least me feel better, because I feel like, knowledge and friendship, that's all power, and helpful.
So tell us a little bit about how, when you got diagnosed and how you learned about scleroderma, and sort of like a little bit of background on you and your journey.
Okay. Things started getting weird when I was in high school. We kind of go back to about 1992, is when I first had concrete symptoms I can go back and recognize. I wasn't diagnosed until 1994 when I was in college, and I went to school in Eastern Washington, so they had real seasons, and I was a San Diego girl, and so the Raynaud's really took effect. And I went to a doctor and just had a laundry list of symptoms, and she says, "You have scleroderma," and I did, "Sclero what?" Just like everyone else has. So that really started the path to different treatments. Treatments that I did back then, nobody does anymore. But at least we were trying something. And it was much rougher in the beginning. And I'm really grateful that the disease is, kind of slowed down. And I still notice new things here and there, but I feel stable and hopeful.
and ready to walk, right?
Exactly.
So, I mean, what does this walk mean to you personally?
Well, it's really become tradition and a great time for family and friends to get together. I'm always really touched. Sorry. I get emotional because, throughout the years, my dear friends have stepped up and joined me. And I don't ever really put a hard sell on people coming and joining the walk, but even friends from out of state and local friends. And it's just, it's always such a fun time. And sorry, like I know they support me every day, but coming out and celebrating together is just a lot of fun and very touching. Sorry.
It's okay.
Uh,
So, I mean, I do exactly the same thing whenever we have our walks and you have the people that just come and show and support. It's always a wonderful thing. But once we open the registrations, how do you get your team to start?
uh, I email, a little bit of Facebook. I'm not super good online. I mean, I am, but I don't. I like to do things in person, but I do try to do a personal email or uh, invite them in person when I see them leading up to the walk. So
Yeah, it's a lot more personal, right?
right.
They're more likely to come to when they're in front of you. So, do you have any goals this year as far as like maybe fundraising or just how many people you want to bring, or is it always just open ended and just to have fun?
Yeah, I kind of just wait and see, where what happens, and but it was a blessing this year because I kept having to increase my goal online of how much money I wanted to raise because people were being very generous this year, and I wouldn't tell them like because they're like, oh, I helped you make your goal. I'm like, yay, and then I would go and raise it, so so that someone else is like, hey, I helped you make your goal. So
That's great. Let's keep pushing it. Let's keep going up. So,
that's right.
I mean, how do you besides the walk? Because I know that's one way to raise awareness, and that's one way to get people out there to know and learn about scleroderma. Is there other things you do outside of the walk for the scleroderma community to raise awareness?
Um, pardon me. I I'm not a blabbermouth, but I do a lot of talking and pardon me. So I talk about scleroderma all the time, and um, I'm not shy about what I've gone through and what I'm going through, and I definitely want to help others. But um, yeah, if people question something about me, I'm quick to tell them about scleroderma and kind of raise awareness. And sometimes they've heard about it, and then oh yeah, my cousin has scleroderma, or uh, sorry, I just lost my train of thought.
Yeah, it's okay. Well,
Uh,
you're also one of our wonderful support groups down in San Diego. Can you tell people about your support group and maybe invite them to come down?
Sure. I help out with the Encinitas group in San Diego, and Susan and I are kind of co-leaders with Mission Valley and Encinitas. So it's nice we can, if she's out of town or if I'm out of town, we can help each other. But we have a steady group. We have new people all the time, but it remains an intimate size, which is kind of nice. But we're very upbeat and we laugh a lot and we have pretty good snacks. But no, I mean we have a core group that keeps coming back, and um, yeah, it's a positive experience for sure. It's definitely not a downer, so that's good.
That's great. I mean, I'm always jealous because you guys always do your picnic, and I can't be there for that.
Uh,
One day, I'll just go down there just to enjoy the picnic. So,
yeah.
what keeps you motivated every year to come back and do the walk with your team?
Um, just getting everybody together. I love, it's like a big family. I like seeing other people, family of my scleroderma friends. And let's see, well, just we really missed it during COVID. And I think we learned that, being isolated and alone isn't so fun. So being able to come together and really, it's a celebration. And I think it reinforces the hope. And hopefully we're getting closer to a cure. But just, that the friendship and closeness and being able to share information and tips and then it's okay to, pardon my French, bitch and moan too. It's okay to let off some of that steam and that worry, because that's another reason why we're here.
So what are you looking forward to the most for this upcoming walk?
Well, I heard there's some special little entertainment happening, so that'll be fun. But I can't tell yet.
Oh,
Um,
surprise, right?
yes, it's a surprise, so that'll be fun. And what else? Yeah, I think I have. Oh, my dear friend is coming this year, and she has never made it before, so that'll be exciting.
That's awesome. Um, so you've been like over 25 years maybe of doing the walk. Do you have any special memories that you want to share with us?
Oh, definitely. When we did it out on Shelter Island, I think we used to do it in June, and for well, for good reason. It was always freezing, and so we would bundle up and we'd sit in the car and wait till we saw more people, and then um, right before the walk, people get out there with their jackets and get it over with. No, it was still a lot of fun, but so they ended up switching it to later in the summer, which was good. But it was really fun memories of my mom coming down with me, and I know I did the walk when I was pregnant with my first son, and then the next year I was pregnant with my second son, and my first son was an infant. And then I think I have one of those up and down strollers, anyway, so both of them were walking with us, and so those are probably my most prominent memories of them as little babies. And then they used, of course, would walk with us when they could walk on their own. And I have a picture of my son Evers with one of the banners, and he's like leading the charge. It was really cute.
That's
So
awesome. So do you have any shout outs that you want to give to any of your team members or supporters out there to encourage them to either join the walk or donate or just support?
yeah, well, yeah, a shout out to my partner in crime, Ginny Silva. We do a ton of hiking together, and so this will be fun to do a walk together. And no, it's not 7 miles, and it's not straight up a hill at 11,000 feet, but it's a lot of fun still. So, and yeah, just thank my family again for their support. And what else? Yeah, it's going to be a blast.
Yeah, I think it's the flattest walk we have. There's no elevation. It's just
Right.
straight flat.
And there's nothing wrong with that.
And then there's no grass. There's no hills.
Right.
Yeah, I think this one's the easiest one per se.
Yes.
It should be a little bit cooler too because it's by the water.
Yeah.
So do you have any like words of encouragement for people out there who are like newly diagnosed or people just sort of down in the dumps with scleroderma? And I know it's ebbs and flows with this disease and with this journey. Is there anything that you would like to tell them just to encourage them?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, one day at a time. There's going to be good days and bad days, and scleroderma is not the death sentence it used to be. And don't try to take this journey all on your own. Even if you just reach out to one or two people that share the disease, that'll make a big difference. If you may not be like to go into crowds or you're more private, but yeah, definitely don't try to walk it alone. And I know a lot of people get a lot of comfort with the online groups and things like that, so that can be really powerful. But gosh, yeah, it's okay to have bad days because the good days are also going to come. And yeah, that's about it for now, I think.
That's great right there. Lastly, why should somebody listening or watching right now consider starting a team or just joining a team or going to the walk in general?
Oh, I can't think of a better way to spend your afternoon on Sunday next week. First of all, it's San Diego. There's great people. It's going to be a ton of fun and good food, and you will go away uh, rewarded. I can just say that. Just learning more about the disease and being with and getting to know people that have it. You'll be enriched and glad that you donated your time and your money. And yeah, just your effort to this cause because, yeah, we're worth it. And, hopefully, and I believe that we're getting closer little by little to better treatments and hopefully a cure. And with all the umbrella of autoimmune diseases, I feel like we're just inching forward these last years, and hopefully we'll get closer. So, but awareness too, that helps. It helps a lot.
Well, thank you so much, Kelly. And if you guys want to register, just go to amillionsd.myscleroderma.org. The walk is this Saturday on this Sunday on August 17th from 2 to 6. So you can have lunch or bring lunch, or it's a picnic. It's just going to be a great time with a lot of people who share the same interest in raising awareness and funds for scleroderma. Thank you again, Kelly.
You bet. I can't wait to see everybody.
All right, our next guest, well, we're just going to let them introduce themselves. So please, can you give us your names and the name of your team?
So my name is Craig Johns, and this is my wife, Libby Johns. And the name of the team is Libby's Army. Libby is very patriotic. She loves the United States of America, as do I. And we just thought Army would be cool because we have a nice group of friends that are going to be coming. And we're looking forward to having them represent and show support for Libby.
That's awesome. I mean, we always consider our scleroderma patients more like warriors because they're fighting a great fight. So we're all here to support them. So is this your first time being at one of our A Million Steps for Scleroderma events?
I was just diagnosed last year, October 2nd, and the walk we found out was October 4th. So I went to the walk, talked to various people, doctors, other patients, and just got a feel of kind of support. And so this will be my first time actually participating in it.
So Libby's the scleroderma patient, if you guys can't tell. But I just want to ask, so what does this walk mean to you personally?
It means a lot just to know that I have people that support me, as well as trying to help with research and development and try to find a cure. And it's nice to have the support of your friends and family.
That's awesome. So some people they just post up on Facebook and see if anybody wants to join their team. But how did your team come together?
So I'll take that one. So when we were there last year, I think the thing that we learned that about all of it is that Libby wants support. She doesn't mind that everyone in our network knows about her having scleroderma. Matter of fact, I think she prefers it. So we kind of, after the walk last year, we both looked at each other and committed, like, let's get our friends to come. Anyone who's available that wants to come and support us and you, we wanted to do that. So as we got closer this year and we found out the actual date and the details, so I put it out on my Facebook. Libby put it on her Facebook. What do you call it when you add someone on the Facebook?
You tagged me.
Yeah, I tagged Libby on it and everything. And then I have a pretty robust phone that has lots of contacts in it. So we did some text messaging, probably to 100 different friends that are couples, some singles, and just said, anyone who's interested, here's the link. Libby has created a team. And so that's how we kind of started marketing, and we got a lot of really good feedback.
That's great. Do you guys have any specific goals that you place for your team?
Yeah, so we put in that we wanted to raise $2,500. And I think that's all well and fine. We're a year into this. We know there's no cure. We went to the gala last year in LA, and it was incredible. So we kind of have learned a lot along the way. But I can tell you that just going to those meetings, Libby goes to all the meetings. She's committed, even though she had friends come in from out of town last weekend, and that was a get together, Scleroderma local meeting. She broke away from her friends that were staying at our house, went to the meeting, got to see her people, and I think what it does is it normalizes. It makes you feel somewhat normal, and you hear all the things that are going on, and it's doctors referrals, it's medical referrals. It's like, I'm not as strange and odd as I feel like I am. So, and I've gone, and there's other caregivers that show up as well. So I think being included in a group is really important for Libby and I. And then also to have our group that's really has nothing to do with scleroderma to know what we're going through and come and walk and give some money and show their support as well is important for both of us.
So is there a certain vibe with your team? I know we have some teams that come in tutus and their own shirts and just party as soon as they get here or as soon as they get to the walks. Are you guys going to do anything crazy or different this week?
I can start. Libby has a good spirit for life. This has been a challenging year for us and her in particular. But like I said before, she's very patriotic. She loves our country. She loves military. She cries on like Memorial Day and Veterans Day, and she's always saluting the flag at baseball games and sporting events. And so we definitely are putting it out to our team that we want it to be patriotic. And I feel like, Libby will probably be dancing, and hopefully there's some patriotic music as well. So I would say the theme for us is going to be high energy, camo's fine, patriotic, red, white, and blue, things like that, I think. What do you think, Libby?
I'm going to wear camo. I'm an Army.
Oh, an Army. She's going to be the general, I guess.
Well, we are on the former naval base, so I guess it works out as well too. In front of the cannons, as always. So I mean, how are besides the walk? How else are you raising awareness for scleroderma in your own community?
So I can just say, I'll say for myself, I'm kind of old school. I don't do a lot of social media stuff, but I have established groups of cousins. I have a cousin group in Arizona of about 20 relatives. I have a group in the New England area where I grew up of about 20 people that are like cousins and brothers and sisters and dads and uncles and aunts. And we have one with Libby's family that has about 20 in it as well. So we let them know like what's going on with Libby, and that there's no cure, and that these are some of the things that go on. There's a lot of moving parts, and everyone's kind of different. So all I really do is give short updates on what things going on in Libby's life. It was very, very difficult, I think, in the fall because there was so much benchmarking and so many doctor's appointments, and I kept kind of instilling in Libby that this is what it is. We're just getting set up. They want to see, they want some metrics. They want to know where you are in case this changes, better or worse, what the medicines are doing and things like that and therapies. And then after that, we're hoping that it was going to be mostly maintenance. And really, that's what it's really come down to is tweaking things, treatments and medicines and therapies. So, yeah, I think we do a pretty good job letting people know about scleroderma. We have put it out there, weirdly, to other people who we've met just kind of along the way. Some we've known in the past, some they're new friends. And we've had several in the last about month that we've said that. And 3 of them, they're people that they know, moms or sisters or wives have passed away. So that's really like huge, like slap, like reality for us when you say, your wife has scleroderma, or she says, I have scleroderma, and they say, oh, I'm familiar with it. I had my wife pass away, or my mom passed away from it. So, yeah, that's eye-opening.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people. Sometimes I grimace a little bit when they say it's a rare disease, but 300,000 Americans have this disease, and about 10,000 die every year from it, which is not rare for me, right? Or when you're talking about statistics, it's 1 in 1,000, pretty much of the population of the U.S. So you're bound to meet someone. I remember speaking to my parents' neighbor about scleroderma, and they're like, "Oh yeah, my mom passed away from it." Or one of my oldest friends that I've known forever is like, "Oh, yeah, my mother-in-law had it." It's such it it's such a just unpopular disease, maybe because the name. Maybe we should shorten it, call it something else. But I think this is the reason why we're out here and we're raising awareness. So I'm a caregiver. My wife has scleroderma, and you as a couple, a lot of people still don't understand what we go through. So I would just like to ask you, what would you like people to know who don't know much about scleroderma to understand?
I'll let Libby go. I've got a mouthful too, so
Go ahead.
For me, I would say there's the way we describe it is that the overproduction of collagen, and that causes thickening in tissue, and tissue is the makeup of your entire body. All your DNA, all of the parts of your body, for the most part, are made out of tissue. So if you have things that get thick because of the overproduction of collagen, it could be painful. It could be, could infringe on your lifestyle. If it goes internal, they give you, 5 to 10 years to live. We talk about Libby's because that's the one we know the most about it. She has a limited version. And right now she has significant change of skin and inflammation from her knee to her toes on both feet. Same thing in her hands. A lot of people don't know that, like, when they have poor circulation in their hands, there's a thing called Raynaud's. A lot of people don't understand that that's a direct connection. People that have Raynaud's could have a chance of having scleroderma, but almost everyone who has scleroderma has some kind of Raynaud's, which is, lack of circulation in those areas. So I can tell you the limitations that Libby has. She can't walk very far some days. We have dogs, so I take the dogs, or she takes them for a short walk. She can't go down the freezer aisle, or sometimes even the refrigeration aisle in the grocery stores at all. Even though she wears gloves, she'll wear jackets, she has the little warmers. And a lot of these tricks we've learned through this social interaction with the local group in San Diego. And so just being prepared for every situation. Give you an example. We're going to watch the Padres tomorrow. I overheat. She gets cold all the time. So I look at the forecast totally different than she does. I can only take so many clothes off when it's hot. She can actually bundle up, and she does. So tomorrow, I had already looked at the weather for tomorrow, and then today she looked at it, and she's like, okay, are we going to be in a shaded area? The low temperature is going to be 65, but in the shade, it's going to be cooler. There's going to be a little breeze. And I'm thinking, it's going to be heavenly by the time the sun goes down. So we have a big difference in our body temperatures, the way we run. But hers hurts. Mine is uncomfortable. She has pain that could take her down, like to her knees. So I think those are the things, but also, like, there's so many dietary restrictions when you have, like, the GI part, right? So people that have the GI part and they don't swallow and they don't process their food very well, she has to eat much smaller meals now. She has restrictions. All the things that we thought growing up are going to be awesome for you, all these fruits and all these vegetables, pretty much on the no list because she has the GI type.
Like gastroparesis, GERD, and IBS.
So she has a hard time digesting skins and any of that kind of stuff. So, and I'm kind of the main cook at the house. She cooked for the first 25 years. And the last 4 years since we've been down here, I've been the main cook, and I've been cooking everything. And now for two people, it's a lot of times me cooking for her something specific, and then me something specific. So I would say that there are many, many limitations, but that we're still growing old together and enjoying every moment of every day that we possibly can.
And my friends are learning a lot about my diet, and they're very aware of it and very helpful to me. And, you know, what restaurant can you go to? And I've had to tell them, you know, sometimes you got to cancel. So you do hesitate to make commitments and learn to not overcommit myself to too many things in a week.
I would say that's a big one for both of us. I'm like an overcommitter just in general, never mind vacation. Like I got to have 5 things going on vacation. Got to go here, got to go there. And just, I think slowing the pace down, doing things that you really, really want to do and enjoying the time that we're together doing whatever those things are. And sometimes it's just sitting in our chairs, our recliners, and relaxing and watching a ball game, or, you know, we've been watching like the Little League World Series and we enjoy that. Both of our kids played high level baseball, so we still enjoy the family friendly kind of sport of baseball. I think so activity wise, we just have to kind of pick and choose, you know, some of those things.
Yeah, I think that was one of the lessons that we learned is make plans but be ready to drop everything at the drop of a dime. And it gets difficult, and you know it's also a social thing when you know there's events happening and your friends invite you, and then you're like, should we RSVP, should we not? But you know it's gonna get there where you know you just have to go with the flow. I think that's the thing with scleroderma. It's every day's different. Every hour, sometimes every minute's different as well too. But I'm definitely looking forward to seeing you guys again at the walk. What's that?
Sometimes I get invitations like, "Hey, we got a party at our house, tacos and tequila." I'm like, there's no point, because they're all drinking different tequila drinks and, you know, tacos, and I can't drink what they're drinking, eat what, you know. I'm not going to show up with a cooked zucchini rice.
I want to shout out if I can.
Oh, we're gonna get there. Don't worry.
Oh.
Yeah, we have like 3 more questions.
Oh, cool.
All right. So, what are you looking forward to the most for this event?
Probably seeing all the people that I've met in the past year that I don't get to see often, and just giving them a hello and a hug.
Meaning like our friends that are going to be coming and supporting.
No, that too. The people that I've met with scleroderma and their caregivers, and just to see, you know, it could be people from last year that were at the walk. Like, I'd love to see that guy that we met, and kind of see how everyone's doing.
Yeah, I think one of the main things about our walks and why we want to keep doing it every year is it's a great reunion. It's definitely seeing a lot of faces, and there are times in which you see one team one year, and then the next year, the team still shows up, but it's in memory of, and it still gets me, but it still motivates me to keep doing what I'm doing, right? Coordinating these events and making them happen. So, lastly, and you were asking, you guys have any shout outs? You guys have any messages you want to say out there to our wonderful audience and to your friends?
Yeah, I'd like to make a shout out because one of the things is so the doctor has said, first of all, we asked, is it okay for Libby to have wine? And he said, yeah, if it digests well and it's fine, then you should do that. If you find things that feel good, then you should do those things as well. So I really could never get Libby to take jacuzzis. And we have a homeowners association jacuzzi right down the street. We actually just walk across the street. And so now she's the one asking me, do you want to take a jacuzzi? So it makes her feel really, really good. And I kept trying to tell her in the past before scleroderma, especially with the Raynaud's, let's just go soak. You know what I mean? So she just was kind of apprehensive of doing it, but now she regularly is going down. But I also want to mention that we turned one of our guest rooms, and we can convert it back into a guest room very quickly. But the bed and some of the features in there, we have some treatment tools So we use PEMF, which is pulse electromagnetic field therapy. It's an incredible therapy that basically sends magnetic waves through your body to help you heal all kinds of different things. It's not really specific. But we also have a thing that she does at the same time that's called the Avicen. There's a little box that you actually put your hand in, and it's a warm-up therapy. It's AVACEN. So she puts her hand in, it actually warms up this part of her hand, and it actually circulates that blood 1 degree warmer than your normal therapy, your normal thermia, and it actually will go through your whole body. You can feel your forehead warming up. You can feel your toes warming up. So as the blood thins, it actually moves around quicker, and it gets into areas where it hasn't been able to get maybe in the last day. So, and the lasting effect is about 6 hours. So she'll do it a couple times a day. And then, she has a heating blanket. I think the heating blanket has really helped a lot in the winter months. Yeah, so the Avicen people have been very generous with us. We are actually mentioned it to our local people that we met in Encinitas and downtown. And so the shout out to the founders of Avicen, for helping us along our way in a very uncomfortable situation. It really, when Libby comes out of the treatment room, she's like a different person. It's pretty amazing. She's glowing. She's feeling good. She's moving a little quicker. Matter of fact, she'll like zing by, and I'm like, wait a minute, is that the same Libby? So,
but I've got some shout outs for people as well. Tina, that is up in LA, she's fabulous. I think she's the manager of,
Patient services. Yeah, she's their patient services director.
And then our leaders, Kelly and Susan, are just phenomenal. And for our support group. So they'll both be at the walk for sure. So those are my 3 shout outs.
I'll give one more. The first family, Elaine and Dr. Hurst first. We won the auction item to go to their house and have dinner. It was incredible. I actually asked Elaine if I could cook with her. So we showed up early and I cooked with her. And then Doc and Libby were like holding hands and like going over things. And we had never met him before. We met her at the gala. He had left early. And it was an incredible exchange of information and love and encouragement. They're just amazing people. He's not our primary doctor at this stage. Libby has Dr. Tay out of Scripps Encinitas, who's her quarterback rheumatologist, and he has referred her into so many quality doctors. And so we're very, very fortunate, but we also know that we have a resource at the highest level that has global reach just up in LA. So that would be it for me. Just thanks to all the friends and family who are supporting the walk with us and being so accommodating to our family during this stressful and tough time.
And lastly, any words of encouragement for people who are just, are newly diagnosed or are going through it, both as a caregiver and as a patient?
As a patient, I would tell people you're going to be overwhelmed with doctors in the beginning and overwhelmed with emotions, and just know that it's going to get better and it will level out once things get going. And also to just continue digging and doing research and listening mostly to others. And my number one advice would be to find a support group.
Anything from a caregiver standpoint?
I would say that I sold medical supplies for about 25 years. So for me, clinical evidence, finding the right quarterback that's going to have great bedside manner, that will find the right resources for you. But at the same time, there's also depression on both sides. There's a lot of gray areas, just a lot of not knowing things. And that's probably the biggest area that we have both struggled in with our marriage and, our friendship, because there's days that she just doesn't feel good. And then, she'll start with apologies, and then it seems like the next day I'm doing the apologies. And so we're just trying to find that happy ground, the middle ground. We both have happy places. Most of them are together. But we also have things away from each other that we find that we tap into We are churchgoers, we are Christians, so that really does a lot of help for us. I like to fish and do outdoor things. Libby likes dancing, likes being around friends. So we're right here. Yeah, cooking together. We're right here on our deck in Carlsbad. You can see the Baraquitas Lagoon. So we actually, when the lights are out and we've had our dinner and we've watched a little TV, we turn the outside speakers on and we're out here, just the two of us, dancing the night away and trying to grow old together.
That's beautiful. Thank you guys so much for joining us, and we're looking forward to seeing you at the walk.
Yeah, are you going to be there?
Of course, I'm going to be there. I have to make things happen.
Yeah.
Oh. Seeing you.
All right.
All right. Thank you.
Appreciate it very much.
All the way from San Diego. She is one of our support group leaders. She's also a team captain for upcoming A Million Steps for Scleroderma San Diego. Susan, welcome.
Hi, glad to be here.
All right, start by telling us your name and the name of your team.
My name is Susan Okuno, and my team is Team Susan, to keep it simple.
So this is definitely not your first time doing this walk and being a team captain. How long have you been doing the walk over in San Diego?
You know, I can't even remember. It's probably been 12 years or maybe, I don't know. I'd have to look that up. It's been a long time.
Well, we're so glad that you keep coming back and you keep showing your support and definitely making it a great walk. I mean, every time you guys show up, you guys always win biggest fundraiser. So I mean, really, you have Scleroderma, right? And
I do.
What inspired you to get involved with the Scleroderma Foundation besides the walk?
Well, I think I needed support as soon as I got diagnosed, and the first thing I did was look for information, education, and a support group, which there wasn't one at the time, but shortly after that, a support group started, and that's the reason I'm here. It was really important for me, and it really helped me deal with my scleroderma.
That's well. So I mean, what does this walk mean to you?
The walk, the people. I think the reason why I'm a fundraiser, I went to a talk, and people don't donate to the foundation as much as they donate because they care about you. And so everyone who has donated, it's because they care about me and they love me, and that makes me feel good. So it's kind of twofold. It's getting a community together and supporting the support groups and the goals of the Scleroderma Foundation.
So how do you normally get your team together? I know you have family members. Who else shows up for you?
Friends, just friends, mostly neighbors. I kind of recruit whoever I can find. And, people, a lot of people come out every year, my good friends and my family and my kids. So that's who it is.
So, do you have any team goals this year? Like, how much you're going to raise or how big your team's going to be?
I always feel guilty trying to get a huge team together because I don't want to obligate people to come. And so I just send it out into the social media universe or whatever. And whoever wants to join the team, it's great. It really means a lot to me.
Do you guys have any traditions involving this walk or this?
We used to have this tradition where my son we would make sandwiches before they made food. We'd make all these sandwiches and try to feed people lunch. But thankfully, now we have food, so it's a little easier. And we just go out there and try to have a good time, really.
Darn, we could have used you for making sandwiches.
I know, right?
So, So outside the walk, I know part of the reason we do this is for awareness. So how do you personally raise awareness around around your community?
I think the walk is really important. I think people hearing my story or seeing me raise money for scleroderma, and then they ask what it is and how it's affected me. That's really it. And if there's an opportunity in the community to do education, I try to do that too.
So what would you like people who don't know much about scleroderma to understand? Like, it's not just like a rare condition. It's just something that is not popular. So you can't just say scleroderma and people like know exactly what that means. So what do you want them to understand?
I want them to understand that it's complicated and it affects your whole body, and it's difficult. It's really difficult, and I want them to not just think that it's nothing because I'm still going out and doing stuff, but it's a struggle every day, and I think it's good for people to learn about it, to know about it.
So what keeps you motivated to lead your team and get involved every year?
Um, it's the one thing I do, really. It's the one thing I do to raise money for the support groups, to raise money for research. I mean, I didn't expect to be alive this long, to be honest. So all the research has really helped me, and I think it's worthwhile.
Let's go back a bit. I mean, so tell us a little bit about your scleroderma journey. Like, when were you diagnosed? How long has it been? And some of the struggles and triumphs that you've had.
It's been um, 17, 17 years since I was diagnosed, a long time. And it was really, really hard at first. And I had a lot of pain, a lot of dysfunction. My hands are pretty disabled. And I've been hospitalized. I've had a lot of things happen to me over the years. And it's gotten, in some ways, it's gotten easier than the first few years, but it's been a rough road. Um, you should know too, because your wife has scleroderma, so it's just kind of this up and down thing, and you never know what's coming around the bend. But I try to make the best of every moment I have.
That's great. I mean, so what are you looking forward to the most for this walk for this year?
I want to have fun. We're gonna have fun. I'm like a cheerleader. Okay, I was a cheerleader, can I say? And I just want people to have a good time. I want people to get out there and walk and talk to other people and have fun and laugh and just have a beautiful day together.
That's great. So do you have any favorite memories from past walks? Your past, how many, 12, 7, 15 years?
Oh gosh. They've all been great, really. They've all been great. There are some walks, most of them I can't do the whole walk, but I do what I can, and they've all been great. It's really wonderful to have your family and friends come out and support you. There's something very humbling and touching when that happens.
So we're gonna start wrapping this up. Are there
Okay.
any shout outs you'd like to give to your team members and supporters?
Thank you, everybody who donated, who's coming out for the walk. We're going to have a great time, and you won't want to miss it.
And lastly, why should someone listening right now consider starting or joining a team?
Hey, if you know someone with scleroderma, or if you have scleroderma, or you lost someone, it's a great way to spend your time doing something positive like that.
And I said lastly, but I have one more question.
Okay.
Or actually, it's an ask. Can you give us um, a message that would inspire other patients like you other scleroderma patients like you?
Just keep fighting. I mean, that sounds really cliche, but don't stop. Just keep going. That's what I do. Just keep pushing yourself and keep going, and don't give up. Don't ever give up.
Thank you so much, Susan.
Yeah.
Again, registration is open for our A Million Steps for Scleroderma San Diego. Just go to amillionsd.myscleroderma.org. There is still time to register. And if you can't register online, show up and register when you get there. It's on August 17th at 2 o'clock to 6 o'clock at NTC Liberty Station Park over in San Diego. We hope to see you there. Thank you again, Susan.
Okay. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you for watching this episode of the SCLEROSUN Podcast. You can catch more episodes on our YouTube channel at Scleroderma SoCal and follow us on our social media on Instagram and Facebook at Scleroderma CA. You can also see us on the web at myscleroderma.org. We hope you enjoyed this episode, and if you're in the San Diego area, we hope you can join us at A Million Steps for Scleroderma San Diego. Just go to amillionsd.myscleroderma.org to find out more. Till next time, please stay safe and please stay informed.